Let's start. Okay. So in Microsoft Azure, we discussed already there are three types of service models: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. We are in SaaS. In the SaaS, Microsoft offering different types of products. SaaS means software as a service, offering multiple types of products. So among them, just you should learn Office 365, Azure Active Directory, and Azure DevOps. Okay. So and Azure Portal. So basically, could you please tell me what are the products offered by Microsoft Azure in SaaS? SaaS applications are Azure Active Directory, Azure DevOps, Office 365, and Azure Portal. Even we are working in this portal, right? So what is meant by a software as a service? Already you know, already software is developed. No need to maintain by user. No need to maintain by administration. No need to maintain by organization. Everything can maintain by Microsoft Azure in the backend. Already it is developed. Just we can utilize. So in real time, in real life, Facebook, Gmail, okay, YouTube. Also, these are all applications. Just we are leveraging based on our requirement. Okay. That is called SaaS. So in the same way, even Active Directory also SaaS application, which is developed by Microsoft Azure, offering in the SaaS. So here we don't need to maintain anything like patching, upgrading, resizing, controlling, networking, storage. Everything can taken care by Microsoft Azure. So in the Azure Active Directory, basically there are different types of features offered. Azure, Microsoft offering Active Directory. Active Directory is a one SaaS application. It's SaaS application giving and providing different types of features, security features, the two security features. So among that, one is external identities. Okay. Okay. So listen carefully, very useful. What is external identity? Why do you use this one real-time project? So imagine that it is Azure Cloud. In the Azure Cloud, we have Enter ID. Enter ID means formally it is called Active Directory. Remember, don't forget this is Active Directory or Enter ID. Nowadays it is called Enter ID, formerly Azure Active Directory. And you are the admin. So కొంచెమైనా క్లియర్ గా లర్న్ చేయాలి. Okay, you are the admin from your laptop. You are working on this Active Directory. Fine. So here a small feature which is security features. One is external identity. This is external identity. See, guys, if I go to Azure portal, right? See, if you want to work on the cloud, what do you need? We require an Azure account. That is called Azure. Just we can access it from the web page, azureportal.com, right? If you want to work on this, you should have account. In the account, if you want to access the resources and leverage the Azure services, we need a subscription, right? We need subscription. So if we take a subscription, automatically a tenant and Active Directory will be coming to the picture. So this is the Active Directory. So inside the Azure, this is Active Directory. Inside the Active Directory, these are the features offered by Microsoft Azure ecosystem. So if you go to the management, see here external identity. Why? Just you are seeing one just we are seeing one name that is called external identity in Active Directory. What is this? We don't know actually. After this class, we will definitely get it clear picture, guys. So whenever, if you want to allow the other outside the organization, guys, if you want to allow the persons or users or groups or stakeholders or managers or any customers or any client or any business organization, if you want to allow to use our Azure resources are there, multiple VM, web app, Azure cloud, storage account. See, multiple anyway, Azure applications or Azure services or Azure resources. If you want to allow the external users out of the organization, to leverage our services, we are going to use external identities. External identities. Here, what happened, you don't need to create their username and password inside the cloud. No need to create. The person come, XYZ person, create XYZ person. No need. No need to create. But in our employee, suppose if you are thinking these employees as our internal employee, then you should create username and password. How? See, go to user like this. But for this external identities, no, we are not creating the persons. We are not creating the persons in the Microsoft Azure Cloud ecosystem. Just we are set it up collaboration settings, providers, okay, self-service sign up. It means they self they can reset the password. So this is a thing we are doing for external identities. Invite them. We are going to inviting guys. I told you already, like inviting the external users. These are not our member. Those are guest. Those are guest. For example, if I go to that invite them, inviting the external user, mail ID, for example, this one, display name something like Max. What is the person? Um, right. Girish, for example, okay, Girish, I'm going to be invert the Girish. See, something provide that for collaboration purpose. Collaboration, right? So now you for you, if you want to add CCC, you can also CC also, no problem. Then go to properties. You can extra information in there, okay, not required. Then assignment. We can add role here also, invite. If we invite that, the invitation will be go to this email. For example, if you go to the email, ఆల్రెడీ నేను సెండ్ చేసుకున్నాను. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే 2-3 minutes టైం పడుతుంది ఇన్విటేషన్. ఇలా ఇన్వైట్ చేస్తాం. సో జస్ట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇన్వైటింగ్ ద ఎక్స్టర్నల్ యూజర్స్. ఇది వర్క్. For example, any customer outside of your organization, like a partner, like another business. Example, best example, Amazon application can be used by or maintained by another organization, Mintra. Okay, some guys, some applications actually, if we hit that, it will be maintained by other one also. లింక్ ఉంటుందండి, ఆ అప్లికేషన్కి ఇంకో అప్లికేషన్ లింక్ ఉంటుంది, వాళ్ళు మెయింటైన్ చేస్తుంటారు. సో పార్ట్నర్గా పనిచేసేటప్పుడు ఇన్వైట్ చేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇప్పుడు బజాజ్ ఫైనాన్స్లో మీరు వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఓకే, సంథింగ్ లైక్ టెక్స్టైల్, బజాజ్ ఫైనాన్స్, జిఎస్కి ఏదో ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనుకోండి. ఇన్ దిస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అవర్ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. So same like this, if you want to make sure collaboration with any other partners, we're going to invite. We are not creating they as our internal employees. Guest. We're going to use as a guest. See that guest. Suppose if you go there. టైం పడుతుంది, రావడానికి టైం పడుతుంది. షుడ్ బి వెయిట్ ఫర్ couple of minutes. ఇన్విటేషన్ అని వస్తుంది. Yeah, see guys, invitation like this. యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారు వాళ్ళు. మనం కొలాబరేషన్ పర్పస్ సమ్మోన్ని మనం ఇన్విటేషన్ చేసాం, ఈ విధంగా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారు. ఓకే, సో వాళ్ళు ఇంకా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మనకు ఒక యూజర్లా పనిచేస్తారు. యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ అడుగుతుంది, కోడ్ అడుగుతుంది. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు దట్. ఇంకా అంతే, దట్స్ ఇట్, ఇన్విటేషన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇంకా వాళ్ళు అజర్ పోర్టల్లో వర్క్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమైనా క్రియేట్ చేసామా? నెవర్, జస్ట్ వి ఇన్వైటెడ్. Like that, we're going to invite the external identities. So ticket allows the real time mode. Hello, cloud engineers. I am from outside of your organization. I want to collaborate with your organization. Could you please create me as a guest? Could you please invite me? Then we should be use external identity. Come here and invite them. That's it. Simple 2 minutes task. ఇది ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయితే ఇంతసేపు పడుతుంది, కానీ రియల్ టైంలో ఇవంతా మీకు చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎవరికి చెప్పుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. కంప్లీట్ చేసుకున్నాం లేదా, ఓకే, తను ఇన్వైట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, జస్ట్ ఇట్స్ అ ఫీచర్ ఇన్ ద మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఎంటర్ ఐడి. వాట్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఐడెంటిటీ? వై యూస్ దిస్ వన్ ఫర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ పర్పస్? It's nothing but a feature in Microsoft Entra ID which can be used for collaborating with partners, business to business. these are users to groups creation is what? Business to customers. Okay. And business to business, just we are collaborating with the other partners or stakeholders. Okay. And our any collaborating purpose. Although we are going to create what? For business to customer, we're creating as a users or group. For business to business, we're inviting as an external employee, external user, external client. Just we're using external. That purpose we're using this one. And coming to just right, yeah, next. So once we created users who groups to external identity. Imagine that. Imagine that. The name, guys, is, you can see here. You can see here. Just right. For example, if you go to the user, is it good thing that? See, guys, clearly listen carefully here. See here, user, for example. Actually, the name looks like this. Yeah. What is this? Maxwell, okay. What is this? On Microsoft.com. You are working for what? McLaren. You are working for what? Some cloud. Uh, anyway, company. This actually, this complete appending, name appending with on Microsoft.com is not representing vanity of the customer project. Customer will be informed you, owner will be informed. Hey, cloud engineers, make it that name should be representing our company name. What is this on Microsoft.com? Of course, we are leveraging your Microsoft cloud, of course, but make it exact name which is representing our vanity. Like this, they will ask. Like this, they will ask. So that, oh, man. Okay. So we should allow them to use our company organization name, exact name. This is not our company organization, just it is by default Microsoft given a domain name. Domain name. So that go to the domain name, create custom domain here. Very simple. Compulsory దీని మీద వర్క్ ఉంటుంది. What is a custom domain? What is the custom domain? Is a domain name which can be used for representing the customer vanity, which is a mapping to the exact customer project name, to representing project name, to representing customer organization name. Just we're adding the organization name. See, go to create that one. So verify చేయలేదు because it is expired. So go to create. For example, Bajaj Finance project you are working. BajajFinance.com. This is your customer. This is your customer project, customer organization name, customer office name. Create that one. So automatically it will be provide two record sets. One is TXT record set and MX record set. TXT used for what? Verification and getting ownership with this name. See, why? Listen carefully. Then only you can understand. Otherwise, you won't understand, guys. Listen carefully. Clear explanation ఇస్తాను. This is Azure Cloud. This is organization name. Okay, this is organization name. Bajaj Finzer. Clearగా వింటేనే వస్తుంది .com. Organization name, own office. This is own office, not in the cloud. Not in the cloud right now. But see, this is Microsoft Entra ID. In the Entra ID, we created what? Users, groups, service principal, something for our Azure Cloud employees. Of course, that representing what? On Microsoft.com, on Microsoft.com. But customer, what is the requirement? Should be mapped to our organization office name. So that for that, we are going to create one custom domain name. By default, provide a on-premises domain name, no problem. Azure Cloud, like a on-premises.com, on Microsoft.com, on something.com, like this, and Microsoft.com. Whatever the name dot on Microsoft.com, it provide default domain name. Should be mapping custom domain. Create custom domain here, which is uh, exact match to this one in the cloud. And here default domain is there. Actually, here default domain is there. What is the default domain? Name.onmicrosoft.com. Of course, name.onmicrosoft.com is there, right? Fine. So now to match for this, we should be create txt record, txt record and mx record. TXT record for what? Text record, which is used for validation and take ownership. MX record, it is also one record in DNS, which is sending the email to exact mail server in the cloud company organization. That is the thing we are doing. So create TXT record, verify that one. So where do you create TXT record? Go to GoDaddy. See, in your company, they will provide GoDaddy credentials. Here, I am using my credentials, my GoDaddy actually. I purchased some domain for reference purpose, okay? In real time, in the company, they will provide GoDaddy credentials. You can sign in. One minute. This is multi-factor authentication. 29. Continue. Very useful, guys. Okay, so whenever you are logging one application, one service, it asking some more factors, right? Like, yes, it's me, one factor, 19 code, two factor. So that one, two, more than one, multi-factor authentication. Got it? So this is for providing extra layer security, guys. It's providing extra layer security. గోడలిలోకి ఈ విధంగా లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి. Okay. Yes. Go to product. Yeah, I got it. DNS management. My product. Something issue not in me. Rather, my product. Okay. See. Azgggggadhhhhexidvvvbcd. One minute, guys. ఇది కాదనుకుంటా ఇంకోటి తీసుకున్నాను. Mhm. Email account. ఐ థింక్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ అనుకుంటాను అది కూడా. ఓకే. సో ఎనీవే దాన్ని కొంచెం మీరే పర్చేజ్ చేసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది మళ్ళీ. ఎక్స్పైర్ అయింది. సో ఎలా అంటే సి హియర్ ఇట్ ఆస్కింగ్ వాట్ TXT records and MX records, right? So here, TXT. So you must and should create TXT record in GoDaddy. Go to GoDaddy, go to the domain. So domain name must and should, it will be mapped to the findjarud.com like this. It will be there. This is the DNS, domain name system in GoDaddy. Go to GoDaddy and provide the TXT value, this one, this one. You should be provide value in the TXT record set. Go to the GoDaddy. There is a finder DNS name. Create new record set and provide this one. TXT record will be validate and you will be go to the ownership. If I go to custom domain name, see like this, verify it. So దీన్ని కూడా అలాగే క్రియేట్ చేసాం చూడండి. Okay. So this is default domain name once we create any Azure portal. Suppose if you are going to create one account, if you took one subscription, automatically a tenant will be created. For that, a default domain will be created. That is called what? Default domain name. It is not good for customer. Customers are not agree for this. Customers are not satisfied for this. They will be required their own company name. So this is like you can create something like that. A record set and TXT record set. Okay. So suppose if I create once again, see here, it will provide something. Bajaj Furniture. Yeah, for just fun zero, I'm going to create it. No, ఆల్రెడీ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి కంపెనీది. సో సంథింగ్ కొంచెం చేంజ్ పెడతా. ఇలా పెట్టేస్తాను. యా చూడండి, వెరిఫైడ్. వెరిఫై అనేది అవ్వదు ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ మనం క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఏవి రికార్డ్ షెట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఎక్కడ గోడాడీలో షుడ్ బి క్రియేట్ ఫస్ట్ TX రికార్డ్స్ అండ్ MX రికార్డ్స్ అండ్ వెరిఫైడ్. దెన్ ఓన్లీ ద కస్టమ్ డొమైన్స్ కమ్ హియర్. Okay, so like this, we are going to create the custom domain. What is custom domain? What is the custom domain? How do you create the custom domain? See, what use? It will be become an interview. హౌ డూ యూ క్రియేట్ అనేది కంపల్సరీ మీరు రియల్ టైం ప్రాజెక్ట్లో వస్తుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కొత్తగా ప్రాజెక్ట్ తీసుకున్నారు, కొత్త ప్రాజెక్ట్లో వెళ్ళారు. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీ ఇన్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్ యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ యాజ్ అ క్లౌడ్ అడ్మిన్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో దెన్ దే రిక్వైర్డ్, హే క్లౌడ్ ఇంజనీర్, కుడ్ యూ ప్లీజ్ క్రియేట్ ఎ కస్టమ్ డొమైన్ for this organization. This you should come to Active Directory, go to custom domain, create custom domain, and create a TXT records and MX record set in the GoDaddy. Should you purchase? You can ask them, hey, provide the GoDaddy credentials, or else do you want me to purchase something GoDaddy domain names like this? You can ask, no problem. Okay, so you can log in like this. Something this one. Authentication. సింపుల్ ఏదో ఎవరో ఉంది. ఓకే, ఆ గోడాడి మీరు యూట్యూబ్ చూసుకోండి, 2 minutes గోడాడిలో లాగిన్ అవ్వడం ఎలా. మీరు జీమెయిల్ ఎలా అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటారో అలాగే క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటారు. యూ కెన్ క్రియేట్ గోడాడి అకౌంట్ అండ్ పర్చేజ్ వన్ డొమైన్. It will take 300 or 400 for 3 months, 4 months like this. You can purchase small names. Okay. 300, 400 for 1 month. For a practice purpose, you have to create. చూడండి గోడాడీ అకౌంట్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేసుకునేది యూట్యూబ్లో చూడండి. దెన్ యూ కెన్ క్రియేట్ టీఎక్స్టీ రికార్డ్స్ అండ్ ఎంఎక్స్ రికార్డ్. టీఎక్స్టీ యూజ్ ఫర్ వాట్? వ్యాలిడేషన్ అండ్ ఓనింగ్ ద ఓనర్షిప్. సి ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఉంది, ఇది నాకు ఓనర్షిప్ ఇది కావాలంటే ఇది ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అయిపోతే అప్పుడు ఓనర్షిప్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేస్తుంది అనమాట. అవైలబుల్ అని చేస్తాను. Then the user can use on azurcloudmaster.com, bajazfanjaro.com. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైనా ఎంప్లాయీస్ నేమ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది తెలుసా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గిరీస్ @azurcloudmaster.com. If you use this TNS, if you use bajazfanjaro.com, గిరీస్ @bajazfanjaro.com అని వస్తుంది. అందుకే కంపెనీస్లో మీరు చూస్తారు ఏమైనా మీకు మెయిల్ ఐడీస్ అలానే వస్తుంటే యూ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Right, this is about custom domain. Should be create like this. Do you have experience on creating custom domains? So you should be create for VMs, you should be create for web apps and Kubernetes and Active Directory tenants. Active Directory tenants. Now coming to the other feature, which is a security feature. What is that? External identity is done. Right. App registration and enterprise application. I think it is done, right? App registration, enterprise application. Just wait, I'll check. No. Okay. See, this is app registration and enterprise application. Just first go to that app registration, guys. See, all applications which is created app registration for this one. You know what is app registration? First of all, it is a feature, guys. If you go to the Azure portal, go to the Microsoft Enter ID. If you go to that app registration, it is a feature. Why? Just it is a feature which is registering the application inside the Microsoft Enter ID. Why? To integrate with Microsoft. For example, consider I am logging this one, some applications, Mintra. Okay. This is actually online application, guys. Some Mintra company. Imagine that. Mintra, if think that wants to authentication via Azure AD. See, it is directly I am login. See, if I want to create profile also, it will provide username and password, right? Username and password. Myself, I'm creating itself. Myself, I'm creating. Okay, here. But if Mintra is joined in, if I go to the registration, for example, what happened? Mintra company will come and approach you. Hey, could you please register our application in your AD? Why? Because main reason is security, guys. Main reason is security. So that so many companies in the backend integrate with Microsoft, right? Microsoft Android, Mintra app, exact URL. You can provide exact URL. What is that? Mintra.com. Go there, register like this. Okay, you can web. Right. Register. Mintra has been registered in cloud now. See, previously it is public, guys. Previously it is public. ఇప్పుడు అవ్వదు, ముందే చేసి ఉండాలి. ఓకే, ప్రీవియస్లీ ఇట్ ఇస్ పబ్లిక్, ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ దిస్ mintra.com previously. Now what I did, I registered in Enter ID. It is in Enter ID. So now it is in Enter ID. This is application actually. This is app. Now Mintra is registered in Enter ID. Anybody, if you want to access this application, they must and should take authentication via Active Directory. Now credentials, see, by default, if anybody try to log in, never possible, guys. Never possible. Publicly, okay. If they trying to want to create sign up, means login. For example, if I go to, now it will be ask username and password. But if it is Enter ID, it is already integrated. It will provide username and password where those available in Active Directory. See here, these username and password only allow this username and password. So now, if anybody wants to create access this Mintra application, If it is integrated, if anybody wants to access this application, then the user should have the usernames and password. So then you can easily understand how many users are our employees, how many users are using this application. Okay, using this application. Or else, if anybody try to log in this Myntra, by default it will come with, okay, by default it will come with Microsoft Enter ID, username and password. So what happened in the back end, suppose if anybody try to log in from the laptop, I am logging to the Myntra, right? Myntra. If I try to log into browser Myntra, first it will go to the Active Directory in the back end. అది మనకు కనిపించదు. It will be validate and it will be authenticate. So securely login. If anybody try to log into this Myntra application, securely provide access token in the backend. It will be validated. Once verified, authentication will be done. So this is how thing happen in the backend. Simple guys. In the safe explanation of registration. App registration is a feature which is used for integrating the Azure Enter ID to other applications. Or else we are creating the identity of this application with Enter ID, then we can authorize and authenticate securely. See, now it provide application ID, tenant ID, app name, client secrets. Easy to manage security. So once app registration is created, what happened, once app registration ఎందుకు అయింది తెలుసు కదా, యాప్ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ అంటే అప్లికేషన్ ని రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయడం. Just it is nothing but a application registering in the Microsoft Enter ID in order to provide the secure authentication and authorizations to the employees or users or stakeholders, any others, anyway, human. Okay, secure authentication ఇవ్వడానికి. Once created, what happened? By default, enterprise application will be created with service principal. See, we created what? Myntra. See here. We come. We go to app registration. All applications. Myntra app. By default, wait. Yeah, Myntra app. See, we created app registration, that's it. But in enterprise application also it appear. So in this, a service principal has been created. See, object ID is the service principal. So once we create an app registration, enterprise applications also created along with service principal. So app registration just is creating, registering or enabling or generating identity in the enter ID. But automatically service principal will be created. So why? To manage that application in enterprise application level. Okay. So app registration is just blueprint of application. What is this? But enterprise application, it's having service principal. Having service principal. If you want to manage service principal, you should use enterprise application. If you want to just registering the application, we are using app registration. We are using app registration. Okay. Done. So now, we learned what? Users. We learn groups. We learn external identities. So users and groups are when we think that our employees are internal, then we're going to create user and groups. If you want to make them just allow or collaboration purpose, just we are using external identities, allowing just inviting them. They can use our resources just by invitation card, by accepting the invitation card. So no need to create their username and password in our enter ID as a internal employee. Just we're inviting as a guest. Then we learned what? App registration and enterprise application. Enterprise application managing service principal, app registration, no service principal managing in this label. If we create app registration, automatically service principal and enterprise application will be coming to the picture. Okay, it is a blueprint of application, it is service principal of application. Okay. Then we learn what? Custom domain. In learn చేసాం బాగా learn చేయాలి. Suppose if any customer wants to come into the picture or come to your bench, hey, create one custom domain for my organization name for instead of using on Microsoft.com. Yeah, you can create a custom. Go to the Active Directory, go to custom domain, add custom domain, provide the exact name which they've given. What is there? You can create a custom domain name and verify using TXT records and MX record. Once done, it will be ownership. It will be like available. Now, any user like a internal user, but the domain name comes like this: name dot at the rate, name at the rate, company name.com, name at the rate, bajajpanjabi.com. Like this it will come. ఇది కావాల్సింది, ఇది రియల్ టైం అనమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇది బై డిఫాల్ట్ అజూర్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, బట్ వీ మస్ట్ షుడ్ రిక్వైర్ వాట్ కస్టమ్ డొమైన్ విచ్ ఈస్ రిప్రజెంటింగ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ నేమ్. క్లియరా? Then, so we have properties. See, if you go to the property, sometime if you want to make sure your details, a customer will be asking, hey, can you provide a complete details? You can come here and take every details and paste in the Excel sheet. You can see it. You can see. Sometime this user wants to access entire Azure resources and management. You can, yes, he's accessing now. See, entire resources. అతనికి యాక్సెస్ ఇవ్వాలి అజూర్ రిసోర్స్ యూజర్ క్రియేట్ చేసినాక. ఓకే, డన్. Then securities. If you go to securities, see multiple features guys here. Okay, identity security score, named locations, conditional access policy. See, if you go to that, protect conditional access policy. See, this is conditional access. So tomorrow we'll discuss very useful information. This one, conditional access policy. See, it is a security feature in Microsoft Entra ID. అంతే కదా. See, in Active Directory, if you go to security, in the security, we have conditional access. So why? It is basically, it provide access to user depends on certain condition. ఒక కండిషన్ మీద మనకి యాక్సెస్ ఇస్తాము, బయట పర్మనెంట్గా ఇవ్వము. సపోజ్ ద ఎంప్లాయీ ఇన్సైడ్ ద organization, he can access. Suppose this employee is outside the organization, block it. Suppose this employee laptop is trusted, registered in our company enter ID. అతని ల్యాప్టాప్ మన ఎంటర్ ఐడిలో కంప్లైంట్ అయింటే, సమ్మతించుంటే, అంటే రిజిస్టర్డ్ అయింటే, ఇంటిగ్రేట్ అయింటే అలా చేద్దాం. అంటే కండిషనల్ యాక్సెస్ పాలసీ విల్ బి, verify different types of aspects and factors. It can check whether the person is correct or not. It can check whether the laptop, his laptop, his desktop, his computer, his laptop is correct or not. Whether he accessing from which location also, in India or outside India, somewhere. And sign in risk, exact username and password or not. Everything it can check. So based on this policy, based on this rule based, we are going to define and we can grant access to that tab. So additional